Okay, so this is Algebra 3-4, and we're doing lesson 12. This is my third hour. Okay, eat a little, yeah, not bad. Better than last time. All right. Okay, so this is a notice and wonder. So use for different diagrams. What do we notice here? So if we're looking at this problem right here, and we're looking at this, what do we get from this information? Okay. So what do we get from this information right here? So if I'm looking, is I got x and minus 3 here, right? And what do I got up here? Hey, there's the x plus 5. Okay. Okay, what else do we notice? The what? Yeah, they combine, right? They combine. So what are they combining to? So this is actually a super important part. If I'm looking at my numbers, I have negative 15. Now where's my negative 15 here? Right there? Yeah. Okay, I have that. Pink's coming. All right, and this positive 2. Okay, how do I get positive 2? 5x and minus 3. So I'm going to get it from those, right? Okay, so when I combine those together, that's what I get. So if I were to go through and do my distribution and multiply those two factors together, I'll end up getting all of this. But now we're actually going to work it out going the other way. So right now this is one way of doing our multiplication. And now we're going to do it going backwards, calling it division. So let's do this next one. Okay, let's see. What did I start off with? I start off with red, right? Okay, so I have x minus 1, so here's my x minus 1, right? And then I have this. Okay. Am I missing a number there? I am missing a number. Uh-oh. My slide covered it. It should be a plus 4, right? Is it on your paper? Yeah. It's on your paper, right? Yeah. Okay, good. It's on your paper. Okay, so it is a plus 4. So now, hey, look. There's my plus 4. Okay, so what else do I know? Can someone identify something else I have? There we go. So negative 3x and negative 4x is negative 7x. That's where I got right there, right? Okay. Anything else? What's that? Yeah, the 2x squared. Okay, so what is the 2x squared? Yeah, 3x squared minus x squared, right? There we go. Now do you guys see the pattern on this? Okay, here's a pattern now. All right, so let's see the pattern going a different way. So pattern going different way. So x squared times x gives me x cubed. X squared times negative 1 gives me negative x squared, right? Okay. 3x times x. There we go, 3x squared. 3x times negative 1. Negative 3x squared, or negative 3x, right? And then I have negative 4 times x. Negative 4x. Negative 4 times negative 1. Positive 4. Now that we have that, so we're looking at the pattern forward and backwards. So let's see. I'm looking right here. I have an x minus 2 right here, right? So I have x here, but this is x cubed, isn't it? Okay, so if you notice on all these other ones, it was just by itself, wasn't it? So that first one is just going to be by itself. So I'm not adding anything together, am I? For that first one, I'm not adding anything together. I just get those. Yes? Okay, good. So I'm just getting those. So now I'm going to look at it. And so since I have this right here, what's going to give me x cubed here? X squared. Very good. So I'm going to have x squared. So let's put that there. So now we have x squared right there. All right, so now let's go down like I did over here in black. So if it was x squared times x gives me x cubed. Now x squared times negative 2? Negative 2x squared. Very good. Okay. So what's my next number supposed to be? Let's see. What do we have right here? I have a... oh yeah, sorry, negative x. So I skipped that one. Sorry. You were right. Negative x squared, right? So negative x squared. So let's see. I know that these two together right here have to give me negative x squared, doesn't it? So I have negative 1 x squared, right? Well, right here, this is negative 2. So to combine and get a negative 1, what's missing right here? Positive 1x, right? Positive 1x, because positive 1 and negative 2 gives me a negative 1. So that's just going to be x squared, right? Yes? No? Yeah. I know this is confusing because we haven't done this before. Anyone else questions on this, or did I lose y'all? Okay, let's try. All right, so let's take a look. So now I'm going to this one right here. So let's look right here, and I'm looking at this. So what gave me x squared? I know that there was an x over here, but I ended up with x squared. So what am I missing in this top box? X. Very good. So I'm missing an x right there. So x times x is x squared. Okay, x times x is x squared. Now let's work our way going down now. So now that we got that information, right? So now it's going to be x times negative 2, right? Negative 2x. So I have negative 2x there now. All right, so let's see.
Negative 4x.
Is that a negative 4? Or did I? Yeah, that is a negative. I kind of covered that up. All right, so right there. So negative 4x. So I know that these ones right here have to come up to be a negative 4x. It has to add up to be negative 4x. But right here, I have negative 2x, right? So what am I missing? Negative 2, right? Negative 2 and negative 2 gives me negative 4. So I need a negative 2x right there. All right, so let's go back right here. So now I had an x times something up here, right? To give me this. What is it?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So I have negative 2 there, right? So negative 2 there. And then right here. So negative 2 times negative 2? Positive 4. So let's look at my factors here. So I'm going to go answer this question right here. So what was my factors? So we had this one right here, right? So it's x minus 2. And what was the one across the top?
X squared plus x minus 2.
Plus x and then minus 2. Very good. That's it. If you got this, then guess what? Today's lesson is going to be easy. All right, let's see. Oh, man. I don't know. What's that say? Papyra, pyra, fire? Pariah? I don't know.
Pariah.
Pariah? That'd be a sucking name. Pariah? You know what that means? Pariah means outcast. And it's English. It's not like a foreign word. It's just, yeah. Anyway. All right. Wants to sketch a graph of the polynomial defined by all of this. So this is the whole function we're trying to end up with. So after it's all multiplied together, that's what I'm going to end up with, right? So all my distribution, I'm going to end up with that. She knows that f of 1 is equal to 0. So that's one of my values. So she's going to say that my value is going to give me this. So this is what we did the other day. So that exactly means that x equals 1. So when x is 1, my value is 0. That's where it's crossing the x-axis. That's my horizontal intercept. And what we learned from the other day, what would I do to make this into a zero product or to a factor? Minus 1?
-1.
Yeah, minus 1 to both sides. So x minus 1 equals 0. So there's my factor there. That's the factor where she got this one right here. That's where she got that right there. I hate to keep doing that. Okay. All right. So could be a factor of all of this. So she writes, here's your x minus 1. And then we're looking at here. Charles diagram. Let's go through and finish this. So going through. All right. Going through right here. So now, same thing that we did. So if we're starting here, right? I got an x there. I come up with x cubed.
X squared.
X squared. Very good. And now, work down.
-x.
Yes. Pacho's Petting Zoo. Hey, I know. Yeah. I'm not sure. So, a little bit later. So, really? Okay. All right. I didn't know that. She said she was going to class. All right. Okay. I'll call someone here soon. I'll get someone here. All right. Bye. Okay. All right. Okay. So where were we at? So this thing right here. So what are we going to get? So it's x squared. Now we're going down, right? Times -1 is?
-x squared.
Very good. All right. As I'll keep going through this, you guys seeing a pattern. This is a recursing. It's keep going over and over again. So am I confusing? Am I losing anyone right now? Please, if you have questions, please speak up. Victor, you good back there? Okay. All right, let's keep going then. So now, what's the next number I need to work with? Positive 5x squared, right? So positive 5x squared. So I know I have to have 5x squared. So right here, I have -x squared. But combining it together, I need to have 5x. So what am I going to have there? 6x squared. Very good. So 6x squared. Now to get 6x squared, let's go back to this side. What am I going to have? 6x, right? So it's positive 6x. Yeah, 6x. There we go. And now we're working our way down. Work our way down. So 6x times -1. -6x. Now, what's the next number I'm working with? Positive 2x. So that's my next one. So positive 2x. So given that positive 2x, let's go ahead and, what are we missing here? 8x. So it's positive 8x. So from that 8x, so going back to this one right here, what am I missing on top? Positive 8, right? So positive 8. Okay. And so work our way down. So 8 times negative 1?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. That's super easy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at what we got here then. All right, so now what are my factors going to be?
X minus 1.
X minus 1.
Very good. X minus 1.
X squared plus 6x plus 8.
Very good. Easy?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for a bonus. Bonus. Can anyone factor this one right here? This is an Algebra 1 thing. We haven't done it yet this year. Can you factor this trinomial for me? This one you're not given any values. What method you could always use to factor? Here's a hint. Negative b plus or minus,
It's local.
no, plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Quadratic formula? No? Wow, okay. Yeah. It is a thing. So we're going to work on that later. We're going to work on that some more. So if I were to factor it, there is ways of factoring it. It actually comes out pretty easy because you just look at this 8. What numbers multiply to be 8? 1 and 8, 2 and 4, right? All right, so 1 and 8, 2 and 4. So it's going to be an x here to get my x squared. Okay, so 1 and 8, 2 and 4. Now, what numbers will add up to be positive 6?
1.
Okay, they multiply to be 8, right? They multiply to be 8, but add up to be 6.
2 and 4.
2 and 4. So that's going to be my factor. So it's a positive 2 and a positive 4. Okay, all right, let's take a look. So, using those 3 factors that I just did, which is, what were they are? X minus 1, right? What was the next one?
X squared plus 6x.
No, then the next one. X plus 2 and
Plus 4.
okay, so those are my factors. We talked about these as being my factors, right? So if those are my factors right there, what information does that give me? It was on the test, it was on the review, we've talked about it 4 or 5 times this week.
The intersection point.
That intersect. So it's going to tell me where x is going to equal what? 0. Very good. So x is going to equal 0 somewhere here. So it's going to tell me where x equals 0. So I could do the math. I could say that x minus 1 equals 0. So x equals positive 1. Okay. X plus 2 equals 0. So x equals
Negative.
x plus 4 equals 0. X equals negative 4. So let's take a look. So x equals negative 4, right there. X equals negative 2, right there. X equals positive 1, right there. Now, this function by itself. Okay, what's the degree of this function? Cubed, right? So third degree. So, third degree. Now, what shape is that third degree going to give me? Show me the shape. There we go. It should be ending up, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's positive, so it should be ending up. So that means from this point right here, it's going to go up. And I know that on the other side, on the left side, it's ending down, isn't it?
Yes.
It's ending down like that. So I know going this way, it's got to connect. So that means it goes from here, through that, and back that way. Now it should be pretty straightforward. Let's see what we got here. So, on this one right here, polynomial function with known factors, rewrite each polynomial as a product of linear factors. You may not need to use all the columns in each diagram. For some problems, you may need to make another diagram. All right, so you people, right now, I want you people to please do this first and second one. There's several of them on your paper. You, right now, are doing the first and second. I'm coming around checking to see how you're doing it. Yeah. The one that says bathroom pass? Oh, that one? Okay. Is that zero throwing you guys off?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm getting it.
All right, so let's look. Let's do it this way. So I'm going to circle it. So I know that these two together have to equal what?
Negative
Negative
7x
7x
squared.
Okay, negative 7x squared, right?
Mhm.
So they together have to add up to negative 7x squared. Okay, do they?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So right now there's a 0 here. Okay? So something times 0,
Zero.
yeah, so right here this has to be
Zero.
0, right? So 0 times x is 0. Okay? So now 0 times negative 7 is
Zero.
0. There we go. That's probably the key part right where a lot of people are missing. All right, so now let's look at these next ones. These two together have to add up to be
Negative 16.
negative 16. So 0 plus something is negative 16.
Negative 16.
There we go. So negative 16 x. Very good. So if it's negative 16x, so I have an x over here, don't I?
Yeah.
So what's up top?
Negative 16.
Negative 16, right? So negative 16. Now negative 16 times negative 7, 112. There we go. So what is my factor going to look like?
X minus 7
Times.
x squared
Mm-hmm.
minus 16.
Yes? So that 0 is what threw a lot of people off on it. Okay, let's look at this next one then. Now, on the next one, let's see where we're at here. So I have negative 1 x squared here, right? So those do add up to be negative 1. And let me get the lights, because it's kind of hard to see. So we have negative 1, that does come out to be negative 1. So now let's look. Something times x squared. So what am I missing there?
2x.
Positive 2x.
Yes.
And now work our way down. So 2x times negative 3 over 2.
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x. Yes, it is. Negative 3x. So the fraction goes away on that one. Okay, so let's look at the next one. So here, so this one and this one right here have to add up to be
Negative 27.
negative 27x. So 3 and something gives me negative 27x. Negative 3 and something gives me negative 27. Negative 24? So negative 24. So if I were to add together negative 24x, right? So negative 24x. Negative 24x. And then up top, negative 24. And then my last one on the bottom. So it's negative 24 times negative 3 over 2. So it's a positive 36. So my factors are going to be x minus 3 over 2 and 2x squared plus 2x. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go ahead and come on. Some days it doesn't want to work. Just that one day. That was the only day it's ever actually done that. Glad I got it on video. All right, so this next one. Now on this one, we're missing everything, aren't we? Okay, so now let's take a look. The very first box, the upper left-hand corner, the very first box. What needs to be there in that very first box? X squared, right? So this is going to be an x squared.
No.
This one right here?
That's a x cubed.
Yes, this one's x cubed, right?
Yeah.
That's x cubed. And then that means that, because that's what I got right there, and this is x squared. There we go. All right, let's keep going. Now work our way down. X squared times 3. Very good. 3x squared. Now the next one's negative 3x squared. So what do I need right here now? Negative 6? Positive, negative? Negative 6. It is going to be a negative 6 x squared. Negative 6x. Very good. And let's work our way down. Negative 18x. All right, let's keep going. So now, my next number I'm working on is negative 13x. So, what am I missing here?
5x.
Positive 5x, right?
Yes.
So that's a positive 5x. And the top box is going to be
5.
positive 5. And
5 times 3 is
15, positive 15, right?
15.
So let's write the factors. X plus 3. And then I have x squared minus 6x plus 5. All right. Let me see. For a bonus point, I'll find you a cookie for something.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, I don't have any cookies. I had some Girl Scout cookies, but they're gone. All right. Can you factor this one right here?
Yeah.
Use the same method I taught you a moment ago that we just did. It has to do with these two, right?
I got it. Could be 3
3 and 2?
Yeah, 3 times 2 is equal to 6 and 3 plus 2 is equal to 5.
Negative 5 and negative 1.
Negative 5 and negative 1. Very good, man. Okay, you get the hole-in-one Mario. Because they have to multiply to be positive 5, right? They multiply to be positive 5. So let's look at this one. So it's an x. 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 Right? So the two numbers that multiply to be negative or positive 5 add together to be negative 6. So it's 5 and 1 to get this, right? But since they're both negative, it's going to be a negative 5 and a negative 1. So minus 1 and minus 5. There we go. So that's factored all the way out now. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. 4. Okay. This one right here, they gave you a hint on this one because there are some missing terms. There are some missing terms there. So let's try it. So we're going to have my first factor, because I have to do this one twice. It actually gives me 2 of them, so I have to do this twice. So I get down here, what am I writing down here on the left-hand side?
X minus 2.
X and negative 2. Very good. So the first box right here. X to the 4th. You guys agree? X to the 4th, that's my first term, right? My first term right there. Okay, so what's going to give me x to the 4th?
X cubed.
X cubed. And then work our way down. There you go. All right, so my next number I'm looking for is 0, right?
2x.
It's going to give me 2x cubed. That gives me 0, doesn't it? So what's going to multiply to give me this right here?
2x squared.
2x squared. And multiply down. Negative 4x squared. All right, so my next number I'm dealing with is negative 13x squared. And I have a negative 4 already. Negative 9. Negative 9x squared. So what's going to give me this, the top box? Negative 9x. And work our way down. Positive. Positive. 18x. All right, so now we're working on another 0 here. What are we going to get? Negative 18x. All right, going from there, what's the top box?
Negative 18.
Negative 18. And last box. 36. All right, let's see what I have here. So my value is going to look like this. So it's going to be a x minus 2, right? And what's going to be left after that?
X
X
cubed
cubed.
plus 2x squared minus 9x minus 18.
All right. So now this is the next one that I'm doing. I'm going to do this one for my second one. I did the first one, right? I did the first one because I have two of these right here. There's my first one, and now I have to do the second one. So in the instructions it said we might need to draw another box, right?
Yes.
This is one that we're drawing another box. So as I draw my other box, what am I putting in the left side?
X.
X and positive 2. So X and positive 2. Okay, so what's going in my first box right here? The upper left. That's X cubed. So what goes above that? Work our way down. Work our way down. 2x squared. You guys agree? I know we're drawing this ourselves, and you know, seems like a lot of people dropped off on this. Two x squared. All right, what's the next number I'm working with?
We did that one again.
Okay, I have 2x right here. What do I have there? So what do I need to add? What's the number I'm trying to get?
2x squared.
What do I already have?
2x squared.
So what do I add?
1.
0. I had 0 there. All right, so what are you going to get to get that 0 there?
0.
So that's a 0. And that should be an x squared, right? I'm just going to label it. It's still going to be 0. I just want to, or not x squared, that's x to the first, right? Yeah. All right. 0 times 2?
0.
0. There we go. What's my next number?
Negative 9x.
So I have 0, and I have to end up with negative 9. So I get,
Negative 9x.
what am I going to have on the top?
Negative 9x.
What am I getting on the bottom?
Negative 18.
Hello? Yeah. Yes. Okay. You could send someone down with it. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to finish up my lesson right now. Ugh! Ugh. The sad thing is I'm recording this. Anyway, all right. What about that negative 18? What about it?
Yeah.
Isn't that always my last term?
Yes.
Okay, kind of like how my first term just goes straight there, right? My last term does the same thing because I'm always use the diagonals, aren't I? So, what is the complete factors of this?
X plus 2.
X minus 2, right? That's my first one, right? Because I did that one first. Minus 2, x plus 2. What's the next one?
X squared.
No, because I took this one out. X squared.
No, no, minus 9.
Minus 9. All right, these ones are just extra. That one right there. That one you would do it how many times?
1, 2, 3.
You would do it 3 times, right? Okay, so I think you guys got it. Okay, don't forget like, share, and subscribe. Comments.